Welcome to the Friday edition of Studio 12. Will Johnson, Matt Simon with you 1 week from tonight. Aggie baseball returns, and everybody's looking forward to being out at Olson Field at Bluebell Park, including the two gentlemen we have here in studio with us. It's another somewhat season premiere here today, Matt.
Yeah, it's a big week.
Yeah,
big
it
week.
is. It is. Last year, as you know, each week Michael Barris joined us here on Studio 12. We found somebody that is willing to do it this year.
Suckered one up.
It was a hard search. It was difficult. But Nick Choruby, welcome to Studio 12. You're going to be with us each week. I don't know either to congratulate you or to just apologize in advance for having to come here each week. But thanks for taking your time this season, and we start right here today. We appreciate it, Nick.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
No pressure following the great Michael Barris.
Yeah, no, he was
sure
electric. He was electric on here.
Yeah. Now, each week you'll bring a guest. And the way we've kind of done it here is we give you the honors of introducing your esteemed guest / victim. We also like to call them victims for having to come over here. So who are we leading off with? Who's the man to your left here leading off the Nick Choruby segment on Studio 12?
I got the power-hitting Walker Pennington right here next to me.
That's right. Walker, tough to talk you into this?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Me and Choruby always joke about having a radio show someday because we argue about everything sports-related.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you know who Colin Cowherd is, but we watch him all the time, and we're always going back and forth, kind of like he does. But
yeah.
That's a lot of arguing.
No. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of arguing.
You get a lot of disagreements.
Exactly. Kind of like brotherly arguing.
There you go.
Now, last year, Michael made it sound like it was a big deal for somebody to get invited onto the show, and kind of like some locker room talk about it. I mean, was it really a big? I mean, was it guys getting into fights and stuff to come on the show, or was it not quite to that level?
Not so much fights, but I think guys were enjoying the TV time that they got. So, people were playing it in the locker room. Some guys were getting called out by other guys on the show, so it's kind of like a running joke in the locker room on kind of who's getting punked that week.
I think it depends on the person, too. Like, one guy I know that Barris for sure invited was Ryan Burke, but he wants no piece of anything like this. So I even joked with him yesterday in the dugout because he's been here for a while. I was like, hey, Burke, I'm going on the radio tomorrow. You want to come? And he's like, no, man.
Burke wasn't much of a talker, was
Yeah.
Speaking of some of the guys that are gone from the program, it's a good list. And I think your old roommate, Nick Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lived with him during his time at Texas A&M, but he's about to head off to spring training here with the Nationals, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I actually lived with him, Burke, and Hendricks, and they're all getting ready to leave.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, so we had a pretty good time living together for a couple years, but yeah, I mean, they're excited to get going. It's going to be big years for all of them, so I'm excited for them.
Walker, for you, one of the guys that we'll actually have on the show next, Will, in the bottom half of the hour, Tyler Naquin. We caught him over at Bluebell the other day. What's that like for you guys, some of you guys now? For us, we watched Tyler grow up and come through here and play, but for you guys who are now he's a major leaguer and he's around, working out, throwing on your field, all that stuff. What's that mean to you to see a guy like that, maybe get to know him a little bit, or just to see a guy that's in the major leagues back home in Aggieland?
Yeah, I mean, we're blessed, especially as outfielders, to, have guys that have been through the grind of college and, now show signs of, being there at the major league level. And it's cool for us to see, how he works daily and in the weight room, in the cages, and then also in the outfield. So we can see what he does that makes him successful. And also, after practice every day, we go in the locker room and he tells stories for 2 hours straight. It's kind of, you kind of see how cool the life is, and also, how much of a grind it is at the same time. And so listening to the stories, it makes us want to push to be that much better and have that much of a better year this year.
Now, your media relations director, Thomas Dick, is an avid, longtime Indians fan. So if any of Tyler's equipment happens to disappear, that might be the first place to look there.
I see him in the locker room every day, so that makes sense.
Thomas shows up to the Aggies opening day with an Indians hat, hitting shirt, and stuff like that. We've got Nick Choruby and Walker Pennington with us. It's the first segment of the year with Nick. He'll join us each week throughout the baseball season on Studio 12. And you guys have been going at it for quite a while. Fall ball, preseason camp's been underway, and it's almost a generic question and an umbrella-type question, but What have you seen? What do you like about this group that's about to take the field 1 week tonight, the 2017 Aggies?
I would say, I think I touched on it when we talked last week a little bit, but I would say just all the young guys that we have, how good of a job they're doing settling in, loosening up early, that kind of thing. I mean, we haven't played any games yet, but just the way they go about their business in practice, the work they've put in, the preparation, I think they're all going to be, big contributors to this season, and I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm. Walker, you feel the same? It's an influx of newcomers, but it seems like there's talent with the new Aggies there.
Exactly. I mean, there's obviously a trade-off with we don't have as much experience, but also to fill that void, the younger guys, they're hungry, and they know what they want to prove themselves. Obviously, some of the guys that return, such as myself, who didn't play as much as I would have liked to last year, we want to prove ourselves at this level. So I think we lost some experience, but we also gained just as much hunger this year. So it's nice to see all these young guys taking steps towards improvement, and our team's been improving every week since we've been back.
Mm-hmm. For either of you guys, you look at what you've done the last 2 years, reaching the Super Regionals and being, I know, close, and it's very frustrating to not be in Omaha, but the experience you gathered and gained by getting to that level, one, did you maybe feel more comfortable last year in being in a bit more of a familiar situation? And then, two, does that provide you even more experience, even more hunger when you expect to be back in that same position this year?
Yeah, totally. I think for the hunger part, we've been there, and this year getting there is just, it's not good enough. We want to kick through that door, as Coach Childress says, and make it to Omaha. We'd see it as a failure if we don't make it to Omaha this year, as we do every year. But I think being there the last 2 years, we know and we're confident that we know what it takes to get there. And this year it's all about breaking through that wall.
And, Nick, one thing I think about this team is we mentioned newcomers, we mentioned talent. It's almost as if you're going to take the field opening weekend, and there's going to be some unknowns with new guys.
Right.
But it seems like the ceiling is so high for this
Exactly.
team because of the talent. And one of the reasons is you got about 5 pitchers out there, I think, that if they really reach their potential, they can be dominant. And I would throw out Brigham Hill and Corbin Martin, Mitchell Kilkenny, Stephen Kolick, and you guys got a freshman in John Duxakis who could really throw the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost there's a little bit of unknowns with pitching, but do you almost look at who you have on the mound and say, man, this can be really special?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, especially with those guys right there that you named, I'd say Brigham especially, the type of competitive edge that he brings when he pitches, that just rubs off on everybody else. Everybody else wants to go out there and be that bulldog on the mound that he is. And, when you're pitching like that with the stuff that they have, good things are going to happen. So, I think that's, especially on Brigham, I think that's really good what he's done from a leadership standpoint, showing the younger guys and even, the sophomores and even guys in his class as juniors, because he's done it before, just kind of showing them the way.
Mm-hmm. And there's guys I didn't name. I think we were kind of walking over here before they started the interview. It's more than just those 5 guys.
Oh, yeah.
Out there. Yeah.
Yeah, you could go on and on. I mean, we got so much talent on the mound. It's unbelievable, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always neat, Will, I think, to talk to baseball players specifically when a season starts because there's so much roster turnover. I think for fans, they may say, oh, we lost this. But, Walker, you guys see these new faces. You see guys that maybe didn't play a lot last year stepping into different roles, and you know how much talent this team has.
I do, yes. We have some guys that fans have heard of, that have flashed in different areas of the season last year, and also new guys that a lot of people haven't heard of. And it's kind of cool to see some of the new guys, they kind of take on roles that guys had last year. And so I think as the season goes, some of these new guys, fans become very familiar with them, and I think that they're going to have a big impact for us this year.
Now, Walker, are you going to stick with the old jersey number, or are you going to rotate over to the one worn in Birmingham?
Yeah, so I'm sticking with number 9. It was a tough decision, but
if he starts slow, he might switch to 46.
Yeah,
so
I think no one's 46, so we have that in the back pocket just in case I get to a rough start.
Yeah. It's in reserve. It's ready
funny.
to go.
It's funny because we put up like a mural, I guess, on one of the doors that goes out to the dugout, and it's the picture of Walker touching home plate after he hit that home run against Ole Miss in the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
and there's no name on the back of the jersey. It says 46. So we all know who he is. But I'm afraid, like 10 years down the road, people are gonna be like, "Who is this guy?" Like no name on the jersey. Like
it was the most unselfish Grand Slam ever because you know how coaches say, "Do it for the name on your chest." Well, you didn't even have a name on your back that day.
Yeah.
That's all I could play for is the name on the chest.
The only thing you had going for you was Texas A&M that day.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you go deep against the Rebels and send the Aggies to the championship. But that in itself, you know, just that experience to go to Hoover, the SEC tournament is where probably the best collection of baseball teams there is in the country. When everybody in this league gathers in one spot.
Yeah.
And to be the last one standing there, I know you guys still have to be talking about that and how special it was.
Yeah, I mean, that was really special. Like you said, Omaha obviously is the World Series, but I think the best collection of teams is the SEC tournament, honestly. And, you know, just the fact that we showed we could win that and how we competed in the SEC, that right there tells you, you know, what this team is capable, what last year's team's capable of, one, and what our team this year could be capable of. So, you know, it's a fun place to play for sure, and I'm excited to get back, yeah.
Nick Choruby, Walker Pennington with us on Studio 12. The Aggies start their season on Friday night, 1 week from today, against the Bowling Green Falcons. You got the Mid-American Conference coming to town. But you guys, I don't think, really dive into an opponent right now. I mean, you're focused on yourself, getting ready. But I want to ask this. How excited are you to just take to Olsen Field one more time in front of what we all feel is just the best grouping of fans in the country?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. I know we both played summer ball this summer, and, you know, the fans that I had in my field, there might have been 20 total, you know, for each game. And so you kind of forget that, you know, that feeling about, you know, how many fans we have here and how magical it is, you know, how crazy they are. I mean, we played a lot of places last year, but I can honestly say I think our atmosphere was the best, you know, during that postseason run.
Yeah.
Those fans were crazy. And I know next Friday it's going to be bumping, and, you know, I hope you put on a good show for them.
I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to ask you about that. We'll start with Nick. Getting to go out in a summer and play somewhere completely different. You know, what are you looking to gain out of a summer like that, and what did you get, and are you glad you went through the experience?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely glad I went through the experience. And honestly, toward the end of the season, when you get tired, you're almost – I wouldn't say dreading it, but, you know, it's not at the top of your priority list that you want to go do it. And then once you get there, all that changes. Like, you start having fun because you're playing baseball, you know. It's a ton of fun, and you're going there to work on stuff. Like, at the end of the year meeting with the coaches, they told me, they said, hey, we want you to go out. We want you to work on bunting, work on stealing, you know, obviously your swing, stuff like that. So you get to go out there and just kind of grind it out and make new friends along the way. So I had a great time. My experience was a little different than Walker's. I was in Savannah, Georgia, brand new team. We were the Savannah Bananas. And
yes.
we had the all yellow uniforms. We had like 3,000 fans. It was a really fun experience.
Will, is that allowed? Is that nickname allowed?
Well, yeah, I'm a big mascot guy, guys. Matt knows this. I always nitpick what teams are called. I mean, Savannah over there in the coast, it's tropical. I mean,
You'll allow it?
Yeah, it's on the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can grow fruit there.
Where'd you get to play?
I played in San Francisco, so weather was perfect.
That's
but
nice.
Yeah, it was. It was a great
Savannah,
experience.
you guys were on opposite coasts, but
Exactly.
equally lovely places.
Yeah, I was wearing sleeves, and he was sweating no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
You going to grade the high school mascots, Will?
What were you in Portland?
Jesuit Crusaders.
Yeah, that fits. Well, yeah, you were Brother Martin
yeah.
Crusaders.
So
over
I
in
went to
New
Catholic
Orleans.
school in New Orleans. My mascot was
okay.
Crusaders, and Jesuit was in my district, but they were not the Crusaders. They were the Blue Jays.
Well, Memorial's
Really?
something real common.
Mustangs.
Yeah, that's that. Well, you Texas.
Yeah.
In Texas, you
You'll
can be a
allow it?
Mustang,
You'll
yeah.
allow both? Okay.
You know, I think both of you could do a little better, but they are allowable.
Yeah.
So, one of the things with these newcomers, the middle of the defense is so important, and you're in center field, Nick. You guys have Austin Holman at short. He's back. He hit 350 last year. A good grouping on the mound. But the catcher, Hunter Coleman, will get some of that, and he's new. Braden Shoemake could see a lot of time at second base. He's new. All important defensively up the middle, and you got a couple of newcomers in there. But are they guys that you can already build some trust in, knowing, like we keep talking about, it's a talented crew there with Braden Shoemake and Hunter Coleman up the middle?
Yeah, I mean, Braden Shoemake, that guy's impressive. You're going to get to see him next week. But, you know, just the way he plays hard. I already, every time 2 outs in a scrimmage, ground ball to second base, I'm jogging off the field already because I know he's going to make the play.
That's confidence.
Same thing with Homan, so you just have confidence in those guys. And then, Hunter Coleman's coming along really well. We've got him and Cole Bedford, too, behind the plate. They're both, defensively outstanding. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Mm-hmm. Grew up in Portland, like we said, but dad's an Aggie, played in this baseball program here. Is he still in Portland? Does he make how many games does he make if he's all the way out there on the West Coast?
They make a lot of games. You'd be surprised how often they're down here. Yeah, I mean, when both your parents come to A&M for school and they got their son playing for A&M in college, it's kind of tough not to come. But so they come when they can, and I think this year, being a senior, I think they're going to be down here a lot. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be fun.
Nick, too, when you have the Aggie tie, but you're ultimately coming down to play for a coach and a coaching staff. For you, what's it been like to play under Rob Childress and get to know him even better over the years?
I just can't say enough about our coaching staff, Coach Childress especially. I mean, just the impact they've had on me as a person, not just a player. He's such a character builder and just a leader in general in life, and I really can't say enough about what he's done for me and for other people that's come through this program.
Have you tried to pull off his mustache look? Have you given that a shot?
This is about all I get right here. What I got, I can't get the mustache. I get the little peach fuzz, and it's not good. So no, I haven't tried that. No.
Well, tomorrow, you guys could be hairless. You've got the leadoff event out at Bluebell Park, and battling cancer. Great cause what you guys are doing out there. The Aggie Leadoff tomorrow, but the nice mane you guys have here, is this gone tomorrow?
It is, unfortunately.
With much resistance, it's going to be gone.
With much resistance.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Penny. I think I'll look okay. I don't know about Penny though. So
I got big ears.
Yeah,
big ears.
For those listening on the radio, they're not very happy about this. They're a little bummed out. They're all about the cause, but you can just tell they're like, our hair, man, our hair.
I got Choruby to clean me up a little bit a couple weeks ago because
just in prep.
The longer it is, the more sad I get. So
I'm the team barber, so I try to fix everybody up a little bit.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, but we mentioned Thomas Dick early, and he's got the long locks right now. Is he going down tomorrow? Is this?
I don't know.
He's shaking his head.
I hope he is.
This may be somewhere you have to pin him to the chair, and he's kicking and screaming.
He was all in last year. He got the no guard last year.
Did it last year.
Yeah, I think it needs to happen.
But the team barber, so that. We know a guy, Thomas, that can help you out.
For free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about for free, but.
For free until he scores something to hit or an error, and then it's going to start getting.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I thought about going and just sitting down in the chair because I'm a future bald guy, so it's going quickly, so I might as well just get that life started.
Oh, yeah. We got
a couple guys coming to that reality right now.
We got a couple guys on the team that are
Jason
worried about
Hutchins
that.
style, he just went with it long ago, and I'm about to have to do that.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, have a good event tomorrow. We'll talk to you next week. Nick Walker, thank you for your time, and it all leads to Friday night next week. We're looking forward to being out at Bluebell Park again. Good luck to you guys this season.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.